Hit record, Marsh. Oh my God. We're missing out on juicy, delicious podcast gold. We're going to fucking shit on you for not risking your life while you were on your way over here to record.
So I want to set the record straight. I saw a lot of comments about the sound these last two episodes. We wanted it that way. Because fuck you, the listener. If you're listening right now and the sound is crispy, it is against what we wanted it. Okay. We wanted it to be a cacophony of dick in your ear every week. And we were experimenting with the outer walls of sound. And you don't understand our vision because you are just
I disagree with that. I already beat up Marsh.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell you.
All right, we did 2 podcasts in rapid succession, and we used a USB mic, and it didn't work. Okay, sound should be good.
Why would you do that?
Yeah,
that's like your mistake. Absolutely,
we have the most overpaid. We have the most overpaid producer in the game.
But he's so hot.
JHP, you looking for a new job?
I mean, no comment, honestly.
Oh my God. Okay, speaking of which, we're back. Okay, guys. We're
TBH with JHP.
Yeah, that's what we're doing today.
I love that show.
We decided to bring in 2 of the most boomer-looking Zoomers out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like we're obviously we don't know what the fuck's going on. Me and Will.
We're
old.
Zoomer-looking boomers, and they're boomer.
Not really. I'm not even Zoomer-looking. I'm just a boomer. Okay. I'm just a boomer. It's so early in the morning.
It's pretty early.
We're in my house, and I'm the last person to come to the podcast.
Dude, that is fascinating.
that is bizarre.
Yeah.
I came downstairs, and no one was here. It was empty. I
was shooting a poop video for Ludwig. That's not even a joke.
It should not take you 30 minutes.
Dude, I wanted to get the perfect O face.
So what is poop video? Can you give more context, please?
Ludwig has a bidet.
He has a sick fetish.
And I think like he might have flooded my house while installing my bidet. I was streaming, so I couldn't see. Apparently, it's going to be in the video. And he wanted for that bidet to slut me out. That's the best way to explain it. He wanted me to do a reaction video, which I did. And I went in depth and
keep it 100. Is this better than a normal bidet? What is the mogul moves bidet doing?
You want me to be 100% serious?
Keep it a buck.
Okay, keep it a buck 50. We're not even behind the paywall right now, but I'm just gonna fucking say it, dude. I have been a bidet evangelist since day one because this pussy has been, getting water squirted into it in Turkey for a very long time.
Right. Okay. You're an expert.
Yeah, I'm a bidet expert. And honestly, I think with bidets, you don't need it to be like excellent. You just need it to be right.
Okay, you're setting up.
I guess.
Sure. This bidet is not excellent.
Yeah, no. This bidet is like above and beyond. It doesn't need to be. It's got like ass heaters.
Yeah.
The water gets warm if you want it to. You can like control the water temperature.
All right.
I just want water in my asshole, dog.
Give me the review.
It's a 7 out of 10.
All right. I have 2 bidets in my house. Okay.
Flex.
But different reasons. Different reasons. One has like what I would call draconian like civil rights struggle water pressure.
Oh my God.
Where you open that shit up and it's invading your butthole. Like it's cleaning you out, dog. And the other one,
it's like a fucking enema.
I'm hiding Barack Obama's face as you describe.
This is too much for him.
The other one
Don't look, Barack.
is like the space age one, where it's got like warm seat, like pulsating water, ass dryer, lights.
You want the Punisher. It wakes you up.
The Punisher is there for days where I need to be efficient.
Today.
Yeah.
Before you left today.
If I had to poo today, I would have used the Punisher.
Can I ask what the Punisher does exactly?
It's literally just has water pressure.
Cock and ball torture.
I could clean a wall with.
Oh, so it's rough.
Oh,
you ever see a water pressure video like where it'll be like, look at all this moss on the patio?
I think so, yeah.
And then they go
the moss off my fucking abdomen, my sphincter.
Well, I mean, I think that's a little out of hand too. Like I said, I think bidets, you can keep it simple, stupid. Okay? Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. This bidet, it goes above and beyond, which, many Americans maybe appreciate as an introductory. You have to plug it to a wall.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like I just want like
In order to get the heated seat.
Oh,
yeah.
of course. Yeah.
and there's a light on at all times. That's actually pretty good. There's a light on at all times.
What about this bidet says mogul moves to me though?
what says mogul moves to me is that it took me fucking 2 years to finally get it after I won the goddamn bidet in a competition like 2 years prior that Ludwig was holding. That's what he moguled me.
Moguled the fuck out of you. So boys, what's going on? Enough talk about poopy.
Oh fuck, we forgot.
Wait, what?
No. The first thing we should speak about is our like ass cleaning.
I forgot to introduce our guests, ladies and gentlemen. We got JHP
Hello.
in the building,
How's it going, guys?
and we got esteemed Jack Manifold.
Jack
Jack Manifold
British man, Jack Manifold.
in the building as well. They're both.
London's finest.
You guys are both like what, 18, 17? How old are you?
20.
20. We're both 20 years old.
They're lying, right?
Which month?
August.
June. Okay.
Okay, well,
Oh,
Sorry.
damn, bro.
we got two 20-year-olds here. One from one side of the
Sounded
pond.
fucking awful, didn't it? We got two 20-year-olds over here.
This is your first time doing porn?
We got two 20-year-olds. One from one side of the pond, the other from the other side. Both wonderful. We're very excited to have you guys here.
Thank you.
JHP, I have no idea how or why or when you agreed to do this.
It was last night at the party.
Yes, sometime during the fog of war.
This is why we give Marsh the big bucks.
Yeah.
He I'm pretty sure he kidnapped you.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, he was just at the door. Like he looked like lost and scared.
JHP's been
I like opened the door to let Marsh in, and JHP was just there, and I was like, oh shit.
Because I didn't want to like knock on the door because like I didn't think anyone was here yet. It felt awkward, but luckily-
I
standing outside in the rain.
Oh yeah, no. I like heard the doorbell like ring, and I'm like, Hassan will get it, and then he didn't, and I was just like, I just looked, and I just saw a silhouette, and I was like, I probably should let them.
I'm not gonna lie, boys. I'm 31 years old. Okay, here's what happens. We were all at a party last night. It was a 30-plus-year-old birthday party. Okay,
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it was.
people had some fun. I, on the other hand, did not because I went there. You got to stand around a lot, which I don't like.
When's the last time you had fun, Hassan?
Oh, that's not. I was watching One Piece after the birthday.
Oh.
That was
No, I mean like going out and having.
I was watching One Piece while eating Chick-fil-A, and that was pretty fun for me.
When's the last time you had fun out?
Going out.
We'll move on.
Damn.
You two, I gotta say, are I think two of the most talented young people in the industry.
Oh, I appreciate that.
thank you
I
very
didn't know that.
I think you're both brilliant humorists in very different ways, though. I love JHB. If you've never seen his work, always kind of makes himself the odd man out. And Jack, you're just very witty.
You think?
Yes.
You think I'm quitty?
You have a classic British wit. That's
I
very
appreciate
quick.
that.
So I think this will be a good episode. I think that's actually enough. Let's wrap it up. Let's go.
Okay.
Anyway, these guys are great. They're
good
pretty
episode.
good.
Yeah, check them out.
I mean, I've been living with Jack Manifold this past week.
You have.
I have been.
How's that been?
It's been great.
We
I mean,
hardly cross paths. Is what
yeah.
I've noticed. This
We
place
don't
is
even
Jack?
because I'm.
ginormous.
Oh yeah, the house is huge.
The house is
It's
massive.
huge. It's so big. You got to use a golf cart everywhere you go.
Yeah, so we don't really run into each other too much.
Yeah. But the real reason is because I'm streaming all the time and he's streaming all the time. So we don't really, we just see each other at night afterwards.
That's pretty much been it. And we
Yeah.
just watched One Piece.
Watch One Piece.
The
and it's
One
great.
Piece is real.
The One Piece! I really like that video.
Yeah. Have you seen their dicks yet?
No, that guy stopped. I heard about him quitting, and apparently it was like a fucking, like a fucking big deal on the internet. Like this guy.
Into the meme.
So there's this guy, right? And he reanimates One Piece with their dicks out all the time.
And they have bulbous, veiny dicks.
Oh yeah, they got big dicks.
Very
But he has
yeah.
been doing this for years.
Okay,
from what
we're
I
pulling that up
understand.
on the paywall part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
need
like
to see those cocks.
for years, this guy's been animating them with the dicks, and then recently,
What do? Do you kill him at that point? Like, how do you stop him? You can't stop him.
no one,
quit.
no one did. But then he just quit, and the internet was like fucking outraged.
I think he did Whitebeard's dick and was like,
It's
This
done.
is it. This is my
"This is my opus.
yeah.
This is my masterpiece."
I'll never make a cock like this again.
It really was the veiniest, most bulbous dick, and that was the meme. Is that Whitebeard would go, "The One Piece is real," and then it would just be his cock.
You open it, and it's like
Higher.
you get
So
hit.
high.
You get blinded with a flash of light on your monitor when you open it. Burns. Like, dude, that's awesome. That's so weird, man. Why are you fucking like? Aren't those like kind of kids? Like they're kids, right? Monkey D. Luffy is a kid.
Hassan, that show has been running for 30 years.
Wait,
Monkey
really?
D. Luffy's like 50 years old. He's AARP at this point.
Bro, you really pulling a fucking. Actually, it's a 3,000-year-old dragon.
I didn't know it was 30 years old.
Like the kid's a kid. He's got fucking. He's a gum. He's gummy with it.
What? He's fucking gummy, but don't say that shit.
I don't know what that means, but
You just
I
said
just
it.
made it up. But he is.
He's already picturing his gummy dick.
Yeah, exactly. You already describing
no!
that shit.
It's like, bro, don't say that.
Can we get
It's literally like it's like
much
saying
higher?
you're thinking the N-word because like now you are, and I didn't want to.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
My ass is not.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I was not.
I don't even.
Yeah.
think
He's like
about it.
N-word. What do you mean nuclear? Is that what you're saying?
I've actually trained my mind to never think those
Yeah.
words.
I can absolutely cut them out.
JHP,
Well-
what are you working on?
I mean, what, you like work in general or just like existing? What do you mean?
I mean, just tell me.
Explain what your job is.
I
What do you
don't
do,
know.
JHP?
I do social media for RDT, and I mean, I'm also content creating. That's basically it.
When are you gonna start your solo career?
I have no idea, honestly. I mean, I'm just working.
If
chilling.
you were gonna start your own org, what would it be called?
I've never thought about this. These are the questions.
101 thieves.
Oh, do it.
yeah.
That'll
Surely
get
it
him.
would just be JHB team, right? Like,
actually,
that
that's a bit
feels like it
ironic.
makes the most sense.
Wait. That's one of my favorite stories ever. JHB team, please inform people why you are called the JHB team.
Wait, I don't know. This
This
is
is
Instagram.
great.
JHP is the initials of my name, and when I would play Call of Duty like 8 to 10 years ago, I wanted to have a clan.
So when you were like 8.
12.
Yeah, when you,
12 years old.
10 to 12 years old.
Yeah, basically 2002 child somehow. it's very awkward, but yeah, I wanted to have a clan with friends, and so I kept the name. And then
How many people were in your clan?
I had like 10 to 15. It wasn't that bad. They had JHB in their name. I know. I was shocked too. And then yeah.
Why were you JHB team? What I don't understand is surely the team itself, fucking hell, the team itself was JHB team,
See-
right? Like,
See, like in Call of Duty lobbies, people will have like their org name and then leader to specify they're the one that's like the
Yeah,
leader. I was
course.
team because I'm the guy who's the
Do you
team.
keep up with those guys?
No, I miss them. I haven't talked to them in a while.
You gotta.
How many times did they say the N-word?
how many times did you say
Let's
it
get
was
to
JHB?
the
All right, hold on.
let's get to the good shit. Go.
good shit.
Yeah.
It's not that good.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying
No,
good.
it's
That's
criminal.
what-
We
that's
have
what he
cops
said.
waiting outside.
Oh, lovely.
But you're telling me you got cops on side?
Yeah, we got cops waiting outside. That's what.
Let's get to the content. Do you think white people should say for real on a stack?
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk about this very serious subject matter, which I've talked about so many times. But you know what? It's a sign of
Let's
progress.
hear what the young men.
No,
think.
it's a sign. Well, this is like well, not Jack because he's from Britland, but this is your generation's lingo now. Like Zoomers have picked up AAVE. For those of you who don't know, this is called African American Vernacular English. Zoomers have picked it up and have made it their.
Zoomers have picked it up. What do you mean? We had white dudes
We
in the
did too.
70s
We
saying
did too. You're right.
turkey and
You're
honky and
You're
shit.
so
what the fuck
right.
Are we talking
You're
about?
so right.
that-
Which is actually what I was
Definitely a timeless thing.
Yes, white people have been ripping black culture since day one.
Listen, I'm gonna say this.
Look at Eminem.
I hate to be like hey, I'm a New Yorker guy, but hey, I'm a New Yorker.
Dead ass.
Dude, dead ass. If you live in a fucking melting pot, you're gonna melt, bro. You know what I mean? Like people pick up.
Yeah,
different
except a
bits
lot of
of
these.
vernacular all the time. Like I live in California, I put bits of Spanish. Like I'll say "y más o menos" all the time.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't.
What does that mean?
learn that Spanish, dog. More or less.
Okay.
Awesome, man.
No, I think the problem, but admittedly, to defend the internet a whole, I think the main issue I see people calling up on is when people kind of like go, oh, it's just some Zoomer language and it's AAVE. And I think a lot of people are just like, don't.
He's a Minecrafter. You can't even bring this up around him. He will
No. Admittedly, like
he's going to rip your dick off.
It makes me nervous. It makes me nervous because I people have a tendency to fucking just instantly. If they hear me go, like, essentially just hear me disagree with what they say, it could get very ugly very quickly.
Yeah.
But like.
Your AAV is not even the same as ours because
No,
it's not AAV.
No, of course it isn't. Yeah, exactly. It's the American part.
It's the Mandem vernacular.
For me,
English.
though, like the difference. Okay, here's the thing. If you use AAVE, that's one thing. If you're throwing on a black scent, like fucking
Steven
Crowder, or what's his face, Castaway's kid. Yeah, who's
Chet Hanks?
If you're like Chet Hanks and you're like Bumbaclad, let me tell you something. You're just like, what
okay. To be fair, Chet Hanks, kind of valid.
Oh my god!
Okay,
fuck's sake.
Look. I said this so many times. I've like had this conversation with Dream back in like 2021. I've had this conversation a million times. One, it's a sign of progress that we're talking about this now instead of talking about like, should white people be able to say the N-word all the time?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Because like I feel like the original age-old debate was, how frequently should white people be able to say the N-word? What are you doing? Oh my god!
Fiona's had enough.
Fiona's
had enough.
She should pull to Austin. She just went into my fucking.
She's had enough.
She went into my shelves. Okay.
I do think though that like, listen, it's interesting because I do think there's positive feedback for creators. Like we make missteps all the time.
100%.
We're putting out so much content now that on a long enough timeline, inevitably you're going to offend someone, and it's always nice to understand
why.
Yeah, why, or if you've made something that offends people. But I feel like we have found ourselves in a weird time as well, where people can realize kind of a certain level of like notoriety, or they can get a level of attention from a creator they want to talk to by
calling them out. And I think particularly in your world, a lot of young people have now almost become like giga watchmen. They're micro-analyzing. They never give you a good faith interpretation. Yeah, exactly. People take the worst case scenario and kind of put that judgment on you. And to be fair, from what I understand, I don't think it's even at a point where anyone individually is actually offended. It's more like, hey, this could offend someone, and then you kind of poll around, and no one really was. But it's kind of like almost pre-reactive, like sort of like before anyone gets mad, I'm gonna warn you now, and it's but I find most reasonable people, I think this is the thing. I think a lot of people put the judgment on, my side of the community, the Minecraft stuff, that like it's very unreasonable. They'll just bite your head off the second you get something wrong. Yeah. I'd say it's like a loud minority. Like the majority of the audience are just going to be like, hey, you made a mistake.
Not only that, but I think there's even a larger percentage of people in every group that actually completely overlooks and even goes as far as to whitewash what people's like genuine shit behavior.
Yeah, 100%.
And that is what's so hilarious about like the inconsistency in standums. Usually is that like if it's a content creator that you like, then on the one hand you'll be like, I'm holding them accountable. You'll be hyper focusing on it, but also on the other hand, sometimes if the content creator himself or herself or themselves. Mm-hmm. Comes out and defends themselves, like you can go overboard with your parroting of their talking points regularly. Ultimately, I've talked about this so many times, but it comes from a place of helplessness and powerlessness. That's why you try to hyper focus on areas where you feel like you're seemingly making change, and there is no more area where you get an immediate feedback loop than a content creator that is that you can talk to on Twitter.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward from that Zoomer shit to some other Zoomer shit, kind of in the same vein. In your home.
In my home, you mean the UK?
A Van Gogh was just destroyed.
Yeah, so I saw that. I don't know much about it. I saw the video of them throwing.
What did they call it?
Tomato soup.
Yeah.
Tomato
A can of
soup.
tomato soup.
Right, they threw tomato soup on it
On-
and then glued themselves to a wall.
They did. They
Yeah,
do
but
that all the time.
Arguably Van Gogh's most famous work, Sunflowers.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes, no, it was.
Starry Nights.
Yeah, I say
Sunflower-
Starry Nights is there.
I said arguably.
Okay. Well, I'm arguing.
Yeah, I argue against you as well, but I see what you're
Sunflowers.
saying.
JHB, these are called paintings.
These are-
So what you see on your phone normally, they have it sometimes. It's like a brick and mortar
It's like
retail
an NFT.
concept.
It's kind of like an NFT.
And
Yeah.
they did it to
They've essentially deleted it off
global
the blockchain.
climate change, right? To protest global climate
Yeah,
change.
it's called
That's
Just
why
Stop Oil.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the super glue thing. I don't know what
To
They
make them
always do that.
harder to remove from the exhibit.
building.
but like, is it really that like?
Their goal is to be fucking annoying.
I'm not gonna lie, museum security and curators are gonna handle them very gingerly. They should just beat the absolute fuck out of them.
Oh my god!
Will Neff calls for protesters beaten.
I mean, come on.
Don't protest ever. Will Neff will beat you.
No,
he will beat the fuck out of you if you ever push a point he
no.
disagrees with.
Listen,
He
in my opinion, if you're gonna deface a priceless work of art,
They didn't
you
know.
should- I
They
think
couldn't.
That should be that.
They got glass.
Technically,
Yeah.
it's behind a glass, and it wasn't even the original. So
Oh,
that
is that
part
is
is
that true?
Yeah.
So they
I don't
didn't
know.
even.
It was behind
no,
glass.
it was behind.
It
a
was
glass.
behind glass. I don't know the
pull that
original
up.
thing.
Pull
No,
that
no,
up.
it was 100% behind a glass,
Really?
and
Pull
also
that
on
up.
top of that, it was not even the original. However, I do think that these guys are cringe. They're very much like PETA, where they're like any kind of PR is good PR.
Yeah.
and I think a lot of times these kinds of actions,
they've
these kinds.
defaced other
They've done the
works of art, though.
Mona Lisa.
But
happened
what I
like
don't
months
understand
ago.
is what's the correlation?
It
Like
doesn't have to
why
be.
does climate change in any way link to
I
art?
think their mentality is we have to get people's attention no matter what.
Yeah, but there's other ways. Is what I can't wrap my head around. Why priceless pieces of art?
Because they want to get attention for it. Like they want to draw attention to it. I don't think this is a successful means of doing it. Like I said, that's why I use the PETA example. PETA does this shit all the time too, where they like go overboard with their criticisms and actually end up just kind of making the cause look worse across the board or across the
That's a real
across the board. Okay, good. Holy shit, it's too early. It's way too early. But having said that, the real, genuine modes of protest that are unironically successful,
Really, I need that
Cowboy
protest
Bebop
video.
had an episode. I can't say it. Like, I can't tell you what kind of climate action.
Are you talking about the Teddy Bomber?
I can't tell you what kind of climate action is genuinely successful because, I don't want to go to prison. But there have been instances.
You're talking about a particular man who used to target universities.
No, that's not. No, no,
Oh,
no.
okay,
The
just making sure it
the
wasn't that guy.
Unabomber.
Okay, we're gonna mention him by name.
no,
Yeah, I'm talking about the Unabomber.
The
Okay.
Unabomber
Bro,
is
where
not.
is the glass?
He was just crazy.
Bro, I don't see
there is
any
a glass.
glass. I don't see any glass there.
Fuck's sake, Will.
There is glass.
Yeah, there is. No, there is. No,
Not, dude.
you can see that isn't making contact with.
Look at the photo.
Look, there's a slight shadow. Look, there's like a slight shadow above the painting
Oh yeah, I can
from the
kinda see
suit.
it.
You can definitely see that there's glass there.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know why we're arguing over this. I know that there's glass. I covered this as a story yesterday, and I read through the articles.
I just believe what my eyes tell me, and I don't see any glass.
This guy
reports the news, buddy. He
Yeah.
would know.
I'm talking to Joe Rogan now because
But
I'm done living in your communist fantasy.
What is this?
I think the problem with protests like this is obviously most people are on the side
What
of
website is this?
most people are on the side of climate activists, right? Like most people agree that we probably need to do more for the climate, right? But all of a sudden, you do something that most people will go, well, that was just unreasonable. And everyone who already has a bit of a disdain towards climate like change activists just fucking hates them more now. It just confirms the ideas that they have about them in their head. Like, I never understand why doing these like essentially like acts of
Okay,
vandalism.
I'll give you the defense of it. Not that I personally agree with it, especially in this instance. But the defense of it is that protest is supposed to make you uncomfortable. It's not supposed to be something that is. It's supposed to be disruptive, right? That's why people sit and then like lock arms on the 405.
Yeah, no,
It's just attention grabbing.
I do get it. I do get why it has to be like it doesn't have to be disruptive, but I get why it is. But I think the problem with that is the people you are ultimately trying to get through to and change already likely don't like you, and to do things that further grow that disdain, I generally find doesn't reach through to the people that it needs to.
I'm gonna tell you.
Most reasonable people already want to help with climate change.
I think particularly the issue of climate change, the average Joe just, I'm going to be honest, doesn't give a shit. I think it's something that doesn't touch them on a day-to-day basis.
I think younger generations do. You guys give a shit about climate change, don't you?
Yeah, but they're both very intelligent people.
No, I think
I appreciate.
Thank you.
I think young people. I think young people see
it's not me buttering you up. You're young professionals. I think that listen, if you're like a Midwesterner and you're getting the shit kicked out of you by the football team every day, you really don't give a. You know what I mean? Like or like you're you know.
Yeah, but also your impact is like even right. Your little change that you're going to do as like the average Midwesterner, like ultimately most of the climate change issues come from big industry and shit like that.
True.
Yeah.
Like I think as an average Midwesterner, what do you really do?
I think if there's a way to incentivize good behavior in terms of your carbon footprint, I think we can make a meaningful difference. But again, like the average citizen in like the UK or like the average citizen in Canada probably isn't that up in arms because they're just trying to get by.
Here's a couple of things I want to say. So one, this is cringe. That's precisely why you hear about it in the media all the time.
Of course.
There are instances of effective climate protests or instances where like the police are incredibly brutal, like with the North Dakota water protectors, that the no DAPL protest that happened. That actually got widespread media coverage, even though private military contractors and police brutalized the indigenous water protectors there and also even veterans that went there to defend this natural water.
I love when you talk to guests like chat.
Okay. Well, I mean, but here's one thing.
He's not wrong. He's like absolutely right.
So here's one thing I will tell you though. So there are actually symbolic protests that have occurred for climate change that actually does not get the broad, widespread media coverage. I'll tell you a story. A man named Win Bruce, a 50-year-old climate activist and Buddhist, set himself on fire, self-immolated in front of the United States Supreme Court last week. This was back in April.
And he meaningfully contributed to greenhouse gases because of setting himself on fire.
No. That is a historic, like, I mean, they did it during the Vietnam War famously. Like that is there's a very famous symbolic form of protest. And his goal was to prompt a national conversation. However, the reality is that the media gave it no coverage whatsoever. You probably never even heard about this.
No,
exactly.
Last week, did you say?
Because this is all the way back in April.
Up with so
last week it resurfaced
on fire.
Basically.
No, I just read it from the article. It said last week, but it was in April.
Oh, okay. Right.
All the way back in April, in the beginning of this year, he did this to protest the Supreme Court's decisions against climate change. And no one really heard about it. No one really talked about it. There was like a brief blip on the radar. But you hear about this sort of thing because I mean, I'm not saying that this is a good thing at all. I don't think it's a good thing. Suicide, trigger warning, mention of suicide. Obviously, don't do it. But the media didn't cover it for two reasons. One, because they don't want more copycats, right?
No, which is understandable.
And two, they didn't even want to cover it. They didn't want to. I mean, but they cover fucking mass shootings all the goddamn time.
No, exactly. It's
you know what I mean?
Not really the media's concern. As
So-
much as you can argue that is a byproduct, it wouldn't be what they would make.
Like, so they don't give a shit when it's a suicidal mass shooter. They cover it wall to wall. They even fucking mention the name of the shooter and whatnot. But when it came down to it, this was not an act that got widespread coverage because I think that it would have sparked a more serious conversation rather than gluing yourself to a Van Gogh. And so the media picks and chooses what they consider to be cringe enough that like it will make the climate movement look bad overall. That's my 2 cents on the matter.
I see what you're saying. I think there's a very fine balance between doing something that is, cringe enough to reach the media whilst also not just making the movement look fucking terrible. I think that's a really fine line. Well, terrible to the people you're trying to change. Like your average boomer's going to see this fucking Van Gogh story and be like, nah, just got to shake their fucking fist to the air,
Ultimately, you're not going to be able to cut through the multi-billion-dollar, even trillion-dollar, industry. The petrodollar rules the world. Of course. And our reliance on fossil fuels.
You just need to put together a dope protest. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
that's
walk
what I was
into
going to
the
say. You
lobby
can't
of
do that.
Mobile Gas, 50 people,
and you just have a fuck fest.
I mean, I have a.
You
I have
all
a
just start.
That would be
I'm glad
great.
that's yours.
No, but
Fucking
that's the type
sucking
of shit
in
that
the
I think
lobby.
would work. You know?
Yeah, see, look at this brilliant mind.
okay. I didn't know you were French. That is the most French way of protesting I've ever. Every time,
Sacre bleu, mon petit.
dude.
And they're
Russia,
experts, and they're
Russia,
not experts in fucking protesting.
Russia invades Ukraine. French protesters are like, all right, it's titty time.
Yeah, that's it.
It like literally, sacre bleu, it's titty time. That's what they do. They
Mon
always
petit
do that.
déjeuner.
Yeah, it's crazy.
My little breakfast.
Oh, love it.
Omelette du fromage.
We did not order
an
food, by the
omelet
way.
with cheese, didn't we?
Wait, I thought we got breakfast burritos.
Yeah.
Oh, they're on the way. Hey.
Marsh did it. He did it. All right.
What do you boys want to talk about? What's hot in the streets for you young men?
Honestly, I don't even know.
What is hot right now?
It's hot.
I've been here. Right? I've been. You know, we did TwitchCon and stuff.
Oh, TwitchCon. I mean,
I suppose that was the most
We are
recent thing.
four of the only people who did not get violently ill at
that's
TwitchCon.
true.
I
That's
mean, I got
very
food
true.
poisoning, but
And you also
you shit
cracked
your
me on the
fucking
fucking
brain.
face so hard in the death pit that I got whiplash.
Hassan, they felt like sock and boppers. You swung first.
No, I didn't. That's a
Pull up the
lie.
video.
That's
Pull
a
up the
fucking
video.
lie.
Pull up
Thank
the
God.
video.
Marsh, you were there.
Marsh. Pull that video.
Pull up the video.
No.
Yeah, they were
no,
broadcasting it.
No. They were not broadcasting at that point. They closed the pit down. We were.
Oh,
Yeah.
we were in
I did
after
not
hours.
fire till fired upon. You did a shove. I did a thing.
No, I
You
shoved.
left your head completely
No,
unprotected.
I did a shove because I thought the pre-established thing was that we're just like shoving. Haha. It's like
They're
wait.
pugil sticks. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen American
I
Gladiators?
was shoving.
pugilist.
Yeah, I was shoving, and Will saw an opening that I gave him because I did not think he was going to crack me, and went whack and
They were
directly
soft
hit me in
noodles.
the head.
I did not know that they had a hard center to them.
Oh,
Well,
they did?
Well, I mean,
Yes.
regardless.
Fucking hell.
Because he hit me back right afterward, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, whoa,
Bro,
I got hit.
but
I was
if
like,
you were
what
to
the
feel
fuck?
them, they felt like pillows.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
like the
so-
pit, which felt pillowy but
did
had
that feel?
hard
Yeah.
concrete underneath.
Yeah. So when he whacked me, I whacked him back. And then I actually did win him. That I did best him, but it doesn't matter because he won the war overall because he broke my fucking neck.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That thing was like, I can't fathom why you think that foam, like what, fucking inches of foam would be enough to like break
What
that.
you're supposed to do normally in that situation is have like a trampoline
I know,
underneath
yeah,
it,
foam
and
pit
yeah,
before. But obviously they couldn't do that at the convention hall because like they
they
can't
could have made
throw
it
into the ground.
deeper.
No,
They could have raised
couldn't-
it.
No,
Yeah.
this is what they should have fucking done. Just have an inflatable, right? I've done those fucking battle things countless times, right?
Yeah.
At like fun fairs and stuff. You don't do it with a foam pit. If you
Yeah.
like, if it's portable, you just have a big inflatable that there's like a staircase up to, so it's elevated like inches off the ground with air, and then you have a platform again elevated, and you fall onto the fucking inflatable like that. And
Also, putting mats down.
yeah, oh, like
That
something
would've
like
been
that. I fucking
Every British person is born with the Ren Fair knowledge. Did you know that?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Renaissance Fair.
Yeah, they just uploaded it into him immediately. Look at him; he's just spitting. What are you, a carny? Like, how do you know all this? He's like, yeah,
I can fucking juggle.
it's basic.
I
It's
can
basic
juggle
Ren
out the
Fair.
words.
It's Ren Fair.
You like dags?
Yeah. That's crazy. That you're just spitting. What about Americans? What are American children born with?
I don't know. Also, you're kind of leaving me speechless just because it's so well said. I'm just like, fuck, how could I top that one? I don't
You guys
know.
don't have to fight it out, dude. Don't worry about
I don't
it.
want to fight it
Oh,
out.
I know everything about fairs.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
This is his territory.
This is absolutely my territory.
I still want to go to a medieval times, which I have yet to go.
Oh man,
Well,
I'm
that
ready.
sounds good. I've never done one
Yeah.
of those either.
I want to do. Well, that's like your people.
Yeah, but I never did it.
You know what I
mean? Oh, it's like going back home to Britain. It's
Yeah.
like walking the streets of London.
Yeah, it's like medieval
To
times. is-
England, yeah.
Back to England.
Wow,
where we wear
this-
stab vests
fucking
in
Yeah,
the
this-
streets.
This strikes me exactly like Brahmi.
Fucking blue night, mate.
Yeah, dude. What, is that a relative of mine?
As you walk through a storm.
What do you think about Americans doing British accents? Is this racism?
Is this racism? No, I wouldn't say it was racism. Generally, they are really bad. Like, they're really, really bad.
You fucking what, mate?
Yours is all right. Like,
you're
it's not
fucking
bad.
He always says one person is all right, and it's never me, and it's kind of fucked up. I'll just say it.
Mine's
Yours
better.
is pretty bad, is the reason.
Yeah, mine's better.
That's fucked up.
I do a good
Damn.
brick top
A bridge hole.
from Snatch or Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh,
If I throw a dog a bone, I don't want to know how it tastes. If you stop me whilst I'm walking in this hallway one more time, I'll cut your fucking yobbles off.
That's pretty good.
It wasn't bad. There was moments where, but it wasn't bad.
Thank you.
I liked it. I think that the general audience will be like, that was good, but it was.
We're doing it for the general audience.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be pretty satisfied.
Righteous infliction of retribution applied by an appropriate agent. In your case, an horrible old cunt. Me.
Good. I mean, he's just doing lines though. You gotta spit something entirely separate.
Oh.
That's when you've mastered it.
You gotta speak from the heart.
When you can start talking about like random shit.
Shimmy, y'all, shimmy, shimmy, yay. Give me the mic so I can take it away. Yeah, from the home of the Dodge Bon Voyage. Yeah, from the home of the Dodger Brooklyn Squad. Wu-Tang Killer Bees on Swarm.
That's better.
That was. I think that was a better impression as
I
well.
never thought I'd hear that in British.
JHB, let's hear your British accent.
Give me your British.
Shimmy, shimmy.
Do it.
See, I can't do
Do
that.
it, man. Do it, man.
Pick that
You've
as your
got
fucking
it.
sentence.
That's the only thing.
You've
I could
got
do
it.
right
You've
now. I
got
the
it.
song somewhere. Give me a quote. That
Do
I
it,
can
man.
say.
You
Do it.
fucking slag.
Say you fucking slag.
You slag.
You fucking slave.
What? You didn't even try, bro. You literally said you fucking slag.
Fucking slave. I can't
No.
do that. I have the
You
most monotone voice
fucking
ever.
slag.
Like I can't yell if I
You
wanted to.
fucking
It's
slag.
bad.
You're
You
a
fucking
monotone
slag.
king.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Do
know.
say, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Good afternoon, the Queen Elizabeth.
East India Trading Company.
Say good afternoon.
Julian.
The Elizabethan era has now unfortunately come to a close.
The Elizabeth. What the fuck did you just say?
All right, listen.
Bro, it's
The
how I
easiest-
sound. Listen
the
to
easiest
me.
British you gotta go first is like chimney sweep. We're like, good day,
Yeah, Cockney.
Cockney geezer,
Could
Tiny Tim. It's a Christmas miracle.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
good day.
Yeah, that's how everybody starts. Everybody starts with like a weird Cockney, with
absolutely.
like a weird Cockney accent, and then you just move past it. You go to
I'm
push.
just too scared.
Absolutely. There's this one TikTok. I think she's Canadian, but she does like the best like American. She's Canadian, but like she does the best like British accent I've heard from someone over in this fucking side of the world. Because everyone always does the fucking like Southern London like I'm a Cockney geezer. You know that's what everyone always wants to do. But she just did Yorkshire, which is like, hey up mate, I'm from Yorkshire. I'm up there in Yorkshire, with trees and that. And I'll stick with this for a moment. I'm maybe not doing it too much justice, but roughly it's roughly
Isn't that where you're
I'm
from?
It's not far. It's not far. But
Which means the accent is dramatically different.
it's dramatically different.
Yeah.
But no, she were very good at it.
So you're saying
I think
focus on a weird accent,
if
like
you lot could do something like that, or like Scouse or something like that,
figure
I'd
out.
be impressed.
Well, you know what I-
Scouse is the best.
You know
It is
what
good.
I've noticed, which is crazy.
I'm
is
from
like
Liverpool.
50%. Yeah,
I'm from Liverpool.
50% of like all
Wait,
the
is that bad? I'm from Liverpool.
I'm from fucking Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm from fucking Liverpool.
That
Oh, come on. Americans hear that and they go, okay, that's good though.
I can admit it. I was
Yeah.
really impressed. I'm not
you were
gonna-
impressed by it. All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not from Man.
The one that the
Oh,
thing they always try to get
Mancunian.
you to say is fucking chicken curry and a can of coke.
Yeah.
Chicken curry and a can
It's
of coke.
crazy, but like that is actually how people from Liverpool speak.
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah. They do the chachs.
Liverpudlians.
Yeah.
Liverpudlians.
Liverpool. Like Paddy the Batty.
Oh,
That was really Irish.
Paddy the Baddy.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Oh, fucking Paddy the Baddy.
What does he always call himself? I'm a fucking. What do you call Liverpool people call themselves?
Scousers.
Yeah,
Scouser?
I'm a fucking Scouser, mate.
I'm not a Tory.
Scouser, mate.
I'm not a Tory. I'm a fucking Scouser,
Scouser,
mate.
mate.
I'm from Liverpool.
Proper fucking fat, mate.
Yeah. No,
Listen, lad.
do
He calls
that.
everybody
Mauricio's
lads.
just laughing
Fucking
in the
lad.
back.
Just do that.
How do you say Liverpool?
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
What?
Fucking
Why did
Scouser.
you become French?
Liverpool.
I'm from Liverpool.
Yes, I am from
You know
Liverpool.
what's a crazy phenomenon?
What's that?
Somehow the Brits have infected American media, where like half the roles for just American characters are British people
Yeah.
now. But
Thespians.
you never see a Brit, like an American play a Brit outside of
Brad Pitt playing
Not
that
convincingly.
Well, what do you think of Brad Pitt as the Pikey in Snatch?
Yes.
We must terribly partial to the periwinkle.
Yeah. You like Dice Day?
Yeah, fucking Dags.
Well, he's
What?
really,
Motherfucker.
that's really Irish.
Well,
It's pikey.
You
It's
can't say that. That's rude.
yeah.
That's why I.
Yeah, that's rude.
Yeah,
that's a direct
He's
quote from
he's
the
a traveler,
Yes.
an Irish traveler.
Irish traveler.
Yeah, that's the proper term for
Yeah.
it. You have no idea what these are. This movie came out when you were born.
I'm just thinking. Brad
I
Pitt.
can't
What
say
am
I've
I-
seen Snatch. I know of it, but I
You've
can't say
never seen Snatch?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
It's my favorite movie
That's
of all
your
time.
birthright. Guy Ritchie fucked Madonna and made like 3 great films.
No, that's not true.
She was like
no.
his muse?
Guy Ritchie fucked Madonna and then made horrible movies. This is pre-Madonna Guy Ritchie.
I'm saying both those things happened not sequentially.
so.
fuck Madonna and-
Guy Ritchie
Oh,
used to
so she
make
was not his muse.
No.
Guy Ritchie used to make
Banger.
guy movies like just
No, I
Lock,
know,
Stock,
'cause
and
he-
Two Smoking Barrels,
Yeah.
Rock and Roller. Obviously Snatch, which was my favorite. Just guy movies, and they were so good, action packed. There's a lot of drama, a lot of dark satire. And then he started dating Madonna, and then he made awful movies. He still makes kind of awful movies. The Gentleman was like all right. It was kind of a return to old Guy Ritchie. It was kind of a return to old Guy Ritchie, but not
Go
really.
watch
He's
Snatch
lost
and
it.
Lock, Stock.
Snatch is great.
Top
Oh,
100
you know
films
what?
of all time.
Might be able to have it on the plane.
There you go.
I got an 11-hour
I bet
flight
they have
in-
Snatch. I bet they have Snatch.
Few hours. So
Yeah.
I'll try and
Oh
watch
yeah.
Snatch.
I literally was like, bro, you're not going. You're not flying back before you do this podcast.
No,
I
you know what
told
he
him.
didn't do? He didn't warn me he wanted to film the podcast. But
That's
so,
true.
So right, when I asked you if I could stay, you were like, "We'll film an episode of the podcast." I was like, "Cool." And then
that wasn't the condition. You didn't have to do that.
no. He made me sign a contract. But anyway, he was like, "We'll film an episode of the podcast," and I was like, "Yeah, cool." And then I've been here for nearly a week, and never once did you mention the podcast. So I just figured, he's probably not bothered. So I changed.
We
my
had another guest that was supposed to be on, and you were supposed to be on with them, and they had to pull out for
My bad.
a good reason. They had to pull out for a good reason, and I didn't realize you were leaving today.
Admittedly,
soon.
originally I wasn't, but my friend has a concert, and because you didn't tell me that we were
Yeah.
going to film today, I just changed.
Which friend?
my flight. James Marriott. He's doing his second ever gig tomorrow, and I'm going to try. There's not any room on the guest list, and the tickets are bought out. But I'm going to try and find a way in.
Nice.
Yeah, he's gonna snake in.
You know who
Go
does a
snakey.
terrible American accent?
Who?
Benedict Cumberbatch. I can't
what
stand
is-
listening to him do Doctor Strange. I'm Doctor Strange.
I don't find Doctor Strange is that bad.
I'm
Well, you're
my
British.
perspective.
Well, you're British.
Exactly, but this is what I'm saying. From my perspective, it's
Jesus Christ.
fine. What do you think of Tom Holland?
I don't mind Tom.
I like
Tom's
him.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just weird how good Brits are at doing American accents. It does blow my mind.
I
a
think
little
they're
bit.
easier to do. There's less
Yeah.
nuance.
To be honest, though, they all do the same one. They do like some version of the East Coast where it's like, "Hi, I'm Benedict Cumberbatch." None of them can do like California or like anything beyond.
I don't even know. We had this conversation with Jag on stream like recently where there is like an American general.
Oh, yeah.
They call it, but even though everyone says like it's not actually a general American accent,
No, it's
and-
like, it's vaguely East Coast.
and I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
I've
but I don't
never
know.
heard any like British guy come with like a Midwestern like, "Oh yeah, don't you know?"
Yeah,
I'm from
bet there are-
Escanaba.
I
There's
bet-
a lot
I
of
bet there
nuance
is one.
in like the Midwest though, because like
yeah.
we were watching a video about it, and that's like those fucking like weird.
there's a lot of nuance in the East Coast as well as a consequence of
you know
like
who
time.
actually did the worst accent of all time? Daniel Craig in Knives Out.
Oh,
He does like
I
a
saw
he
that.
does like
Pull
a he does like a foghorn leghorn where he's like, I say, there's been a murder on you.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
that's
that.
quite funny though. I think
love that.
I think
but
that's
it-
intentional.
Let's do it.
For a
Let's
movie
pull it
like
up.
that?
Oh, actually, you know who the worst accent of all time is? Anna De Armas doing Marilyn Monroe. I think we've even talked about
I
it.
don't think I've seen this.
Oh, bro, this is so. Before they pull this up, we'll watch this too.
It says best of Daniel Craig too.
Dude. People love
It's
this
just a
movie.
donut within a
I thought it
donut.
was supposed to be very good because it didn't have different endings depending on where you watched it.
Nah.
So who the fuck is that?
No.
This is Benoit Blanc.
Who can
We were just discussing possible motives in the family.
Oh
I suspect
no.
Harlan has told you much unfiltered truth about each of them. And a little bird has told me.
No.
That's great.
It's supposed to be that.
I've been wanting to watch this.
Right? It's like
So,
I haven't seen it
so
either.
it's
I haven't
funny that
seen it.
Anna De Armas is in that because I love Anna De Armas.
Me
I think
too.
she's wonderful.
And she recently did a movie called Blonde, which is about Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, I saw
Now,
that
this is one of the funniest things and it's something that blew my mind. Anna de Armas, incredible actress. All credit to her. I think she's marvelous. But apparently, she just could not get
the voice right.
the voice. She could not get
and Marilyn Monroe is an iconic character, so like pretty
also
well
Marilyn
documented.
Monroe is like, in my opinion, Marilyn Monroe is like Arnold Schwarzenegger, where everyone can do a Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Like I can do an Arnold
Or like,
very easy.
or like an Elvis, you know?
Happy birthday, Mr. President. It's just
Oh, damn.
Jesus Christ.
everybody can do it. So pull up the trailer for Blonde. It is incredible because she could not. And,
about that shit.
and they had her do like voiceover to try and get it. They had her do coaching to try and get it, and it's still like it's
bad.
Wait,
well,
who
it's
was
just her?
Andrew Dominic apparently is like also weirdly like anti-abortion and has a scene in Blonde where like Marilyn Monroe is like getting an abortion or something, and he makes it seem as though there's like an actual living, breathing baby with a heartbeat inside of her.
Oh.
He put that in there, is what I heard. I haven't seen it
Fucking
yet.
hell.
Huh.
Also, weird that as we're talking about bad accents, the fucking Knives Out trailer shows up as well. Like,
Yeah.
as if
She's in that.
she's in it. Right.
Here, just click
interesting.
that. Yeah. Oh yeah, that comes out in a bit.
The new
Wait,
one.
there's more Knives
there's
Out?
another Knives
They're
Out.
gonna
I
make
heard
them like a
about that.
series, I think.
It's time.
I mean, she looks the
She
part.
looks
Oh,
so
absolutely
good,
she
yeah.
She looks great.
But she could play anything, and I would.
Here you go.
Baby, what's tart?
What?
Why does she sound European?
She couldn't
Well,
get
she
it.
is it? What is she? Is she Argentinian or something?
She could not get it.
Best friend. I guess I was discovered.
No.
Yeah, dude.
Stop,
So pause.
bro. She sounds Spanish.
This is one of the most fascinating stories to me because apparently on set they were desperately trying to coach her to get rid of her accent, and then even they
Okay.
had her do voiceover. They had her come in.
That isn't even the original
Or they did
take.
ADR
They
to
did
fix it.
ADR, and she still couldn't get
Okay,
it. So they're
nothing
like,
tops what I'm about to say, and I wonder if you can get it. Worst accent of all time. Think about it.
worst in a film, like someone trying to do an accent.
Yeah.
I have a comedic one, but it's not like.
I mean,
serious.
I would probably say Jean-Claude Van Damme doing Guile
No.
in the Street Fighter movie.
No. Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman.
Oh my god,
I knew.
Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman is incredible.
Especially because like they tried. It's like so funny. She's surrounded by a cast of more talented
Yes.
people than her.
And
She
they
is not a good actress at
they
all.
tried to have the other characters match her accent,
Yeah.
and it just came out
Oh,
crazy.
is that what it is?
They were like, "Oh, she's Amazonian. That's
Yeah,
why it's
she's
different."
From Themyscira, and it's just like this weird kind of quasi-Israeli.
Yeah, it's just Gal Gadot trying to not have an Israeli accent, but
and
then
everyone else
failing.
matches it? Okay, weird.
Yeah, which is it's just I don't know. I mean, she is just incredibly beautiful, but not a very good actress at all.
enough.
But
I
you
can't
know,
say I've really seen much of what she, because I just heard they were shit movies. So I
I watched
That
the first
soundtrack
one.
was crazy though. There's like a bunch of like screaming.
I
like,
didn't
yeah, it's
listen
dope.
to the
It's
soundtrack.
sick.
When I think of the bad accent thing, I think of Brad Pitt in *Inglourious Basterds*, just like the comedic. Just what does he say again?
Oh, you want to
And I
know?
want my scalps.
You want to know? Yeah, I mean, he does like his Italian is pretty good.
It's when he talks to Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
in the movie.
All right,
Like, buongiorno.
on the opposite end of the
buongiorno.
spectrum, one of my favorite character roles of all time, which is probably now no longer acceptable. Have you guys ever seen the movie True Romance? It's the movie
I
that
wanna
Quentin
watch
Tarantino produced.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I know.
Uh-oh.
of it.
Watch it. Yeah.
I have not. but-
Gary,
I've seen a lot of
okay,
Tarantino.
we might watch this behind the paywall. Gary Oldman plays a white guy who is pretending to be Native American, who speaks in full patois, and
a Native American speaking patois.
says the N-word frequently.
Oh, that's
It's a
crazy.
Tarantino movie. White people say the N-word.
So,
you know?
but it's like supposed to be like
happens
a
all the time.
poser white guy, basically like a white guy who like is like a full, like wannabe.
yeah, sure.
But Gary Oldman smashes this role.
Oh, so he just goes all out.
Oh,
I mean,
dude,
he's a thespian.
so
Another
good.
thespian.
Another thespian.
Okay, speaking of Brad Pitt and bad accents, though, We saw the best Brad Pitt in Snatch with the you like dogs, do you? The pikey. But the worst of the worst Brad Pitt, you have to pull up Brad Pitt patois.
Oh God, that sounds.
is this in Joe? Meet Joe Black?
Yeah, yeah. That's it. I've watched this already.
This is bad.
This is a hate crime.
It's got 9 million views.
It's a hate crime. What you are watching, making you watch a hate crime.
God, he was so handsome.
Oh Jesus!
What year is this?
So long ago.
So handsome though.
Obia.
No, Mama.
Obia, man. I'm going to die.
Mama, stop it. It's just a man.
What's Obia?
Bad spirit. She just thought fever. She don't mean nothing. Please help us.
Of course.
No, be a sister, no devil, no dopey. Everything gonna be irie.
What? Oh Jesus! I love how that's supposed to be like it's supposed to be like a tender moment as well. Like he's like trying to relate.
No,
It's
she
just fucking horrible.
stops. She's like, "What the fuck? That's so cringe, bro." That's what she said.
You going to be all right, Mama?
Go with the doctor, lady. Mom gonna be fine now.
Oh,
I can't. That's Brad Pitt saying that. That's wild to me.
Yeah.
He also gets assassinated by 2 cars in this movie.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. He's the angel of death.
Obia.
Oh, is he?
Will be evil, I not evil, oh man.
And what you is then?
I from that next place.
He said, "I'm from that
Waiting here
next
to take
place."
us? Like you's the bus driver to there.
No man, I on holiday.
Oh Jesus
That's
Christ! It's like painful.
like that was in the script.
Yeah,
They
wrote
really
that.
swung big. They went big with it.
They wrote that. They wrote that in there. It's fucking awesome. Yeah.
I hope the angel of death speaks to me in a patois, and I hope it's Brad Pitt.
But you're like, yeah. You're like,
why
why are you
about to die, man?
You're like, I grew up
I'm
in
from the other
Princeton.
place.
I grew up in Princeton.
I'm from New Jersey. Man.
Why are you speaking to me like this?
You gotta go easy now.
It's so good.
I die.
so odd.
Yeah. Oh man, it was a different time.
Yeah, it was. It was a different time.
Okay. We are at 50 minutes. I think we should wrap it up here and then move on to the paywall part.
Oh
And
yeah.
the only reason why I'm saying that is because I want to use the bidet again.
Oh, you gotta.
Thinking about it.
So all those extra bells and whistles really do tickle your pickle, don't they?
Yeah.
Why did you have to say it like that?
Actually tickles his taint more like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Taint, gooch.
I mean,
You can.
yeah,
You can move it. You can move the bidet
Oh, so
angle.
you could tickle your taint if you
Yeah.
wanted.
You
I
could
think
have it
so.
soap down your balls real quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hit
yeah.
the backside. Hit the back walls of your
That
balls.
would be good.
Or that.
Yeah.
On that
After
note,
this.
yeah, we will be talking more about salacious things, including looking at one-piece penises.
By the way, where can our audience catch you guys?
You can find me on Twitter, JHB Team. That's where I mostly am.
He's incredible.
Thank you.
I'm everywhere. Like literally, I'm not on all of them, but they're all Jack Manifold TV.
Jack Manifold TV.
Jack Manifold TV
Jack
and
Manifold.
JHB team, thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
And if you want to catch the paywall episode behind the paywall, it's at patreon.com/fearand. God.
Oh.
Yep.
Is that bad?
It was,
Is that bad?
Oh yeah.
it was definitely
Don't like it.
something.
You
It
don't
was-
like it at all?
no.
Not one bit. All right. The paywall episode is actually going to be just me doing a variety of different British accents and trying to get Jack Manifold to finally say that they're good.
How does it feel listening to this?
It's like
It feels like that woman talking to fucking Brad Pitt.
yeah, exactly. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm just staring like what the fuck. is
Jack
doing?
Manifold, I'm from the other place, them. Come to take you away.
All right.
Lord of mercy. Do you have any weird fetishes, JHB?
No comment.
Oh, that's definitely a yes. That's a hard
relax,
yes.
relax.
That a man who says no comment is a man with a hard yes.
So
Yeah, this shit.
these are women that have recently consumed men.
Not necessarily man, just anyone
fully.
really.
Wait, yeah.
That's bored.
Yeah, do you ever just think about being inside the soft, warm lining of a
Oh
woman's-
fuck!
Never thought about
Someone
this.
put like